This is Ammon Bundy, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he found after the standoff yesterday. He walked back into the federal compound.
Yeah. So I walked in, it was about a mile walk in from the compound towards the, and those people were scared. They cut and run. The generators were still running. They had dropped their ropes and cattle prods, and they'd left trucks and trailers and camp trailers and everything there, and they just left. I mean, it was amazing. It was like a ghost town that just 45 minutes earlier was a compound. So that's the difference. And we went in there. There was 10 of us that went in there, and we put all the panels on the ground. So we disassembled all the corrals and laid every panel on the ground as a symbol that they're not going to do this to us anymore. So it's amazing.
You guys are heroes, and I hope that the rest of the American people take you guys as icons and as the heroes that you are, and learn to stand up against this Leviathan that we have been subject to for so long, and we need to break the chains, and you've shown us how.
Thank you. Well, I do want to say that it doesn't matter who the heroes are, they can't do anything without the people, and we the people showed what can be done. And now we have a free land. We could go on our lands without feeling afraid.
That's right. The militia went out last night and pulled up all the signs, I understand.
Yeah, awesome.
So
very
they're gone.
Good. Very good.
All right. Thanks, Ammon. God bless you, sir.
You too.
All right. Don't do this here. Thank you. I know you've had tons of thousands of cameras. So, as Ammon Bundy stated, this land is now free again. But that doesn't mean that the fight is over. That doesn't mean that the stand for liberty is over. This is just the beginning. We want our children to be able to walk these hills and these mountains free of encumbrances, other than to be taking care of the land. No littering, no destruction of God's gift to us in nature without proper use. But today, you can walk up in those hills and not worry about getting tased, beaten, and thrown in jail, thanks to the Bundy family. One of the things that Cliven Bundy said yesterday, pardon me, was that he thinks the BLM should be disarmed, and I agree. I remember growing up as a kid, even just a few years ago, and the park rangers were people that you could look to for safety and for help. A few of them might be armed for, the protection of people, but they weren't dressed as military soldiers, and they didn't treat you like you're a prisoner of war. It's time that the BLM and the Department of the Interior go back to that. Let's have our Smokey the Bear Rangers back. And I know it's going to insult some of those macho BLM guys that really like this stuff, but that's not the place to have armed, militarized agent forces. It just isn't. The American land is for families, for people to relax and enjoy. And the Rangers should be out there to assist them in that. It's time to go back and get away from this militarized law enforcement. Guys, it's time to go back to the old times. Those were the good times, and no, we have endured more damage, injuries, and deaths from you than the terrorists you're supposedly protecting us from. And of course, we all know that your definition of the modern day terrorist is the American people. Those first few days when the BLM had tased Davy Bundy and had started to cause these folks a lot of trouble, they set up snipers on this hill right here, and I may have talked about this before. This is the meeting area here where they have all the speeches and all that. Okay, now at that time the militia was not here, and Bundys don't walk around with guns, and it was just women and children and people that were out down here getting things ready. And this despicable government put snipers up on this hill. Now this isn't even BLM property up there. This is private property, as you can see from that sale sign right there, okay? So they had no business being up there, but that was definitely intimidation, and they are threatening to kill American men, women, and children to take over this country. They're not law enforcers. They're an occupational army bent on the destruction of liberty and life here in this great land. I'm one that thinks that it's not really a good idea to gloat. You know, you got to be humble, you got to stay humble. But I think we can recognize when we do something well. I want to show you the front page of the Las Vegas Sun. Look at this. Feds taste defeat. Las Vegas Sun. Sunday, April 13th. I got a little too close there. But I wanted you to see that. Can you believe that? There it is. Look at that. That's us there when we were going to get that the cattle that afternoon. Look at that. Feds taste defeat. There's one of the pictures that we took when the horses ran up on the top of the hill. It was a magnificent thing to see. All right, so I'll leave it at that. Feds taste